welcome to Zee'S Weekly. Happy New Month, and may this month bring us everything good. I'm so attached to May because yes, it's my daughter's birth month. All you uncles, aunties, godfathers, everybody claiming Zoe is your child. This is the time to show yourself. We're expecting gifts from all of you. On behalf of Zoe, I'm asking for a gift. Well, anyway, with me, I have one more with me on Saturday, and the reason is it was Workers' Day, and to commemorate on that day, I have someone that is a typical Lagos hustling guy. He has been through it. He has done your normal 9 to 5 or be 8 to 4. He has done that. He's into the business. He's also a manager to an artist. He's an all-round guy. And the next person's voice you will hear is my guest. So he's going to introduce yourself, please.
My name is Olaniran Ridwan Olaniyi. As Zee'S has rightly said, I'm the
I did not
awesome
introduce
guy.
you. So you're just introducing yourself.
Yeah. Once again, my name is Olaniran Ridwan Olaniyi. I'm the hustle guy. I hustle for a living. That's what I do for a living. Thank you.
It sounds funny, hustle for a living.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I like I said earlier, he has worked. He has done normal 9 to 5. He has also done MC, stand-up comedian. This guy is just, I don't know. I think he's an all-rounder. So he's going to give us more insights into. But first of all, what did you study in school before we go into where you worked and what you worked as? So what did you study?
All right. Yeah, I studied agriculture.
Okay.
I have a bachelor's of agriculture. Not BSc in agriculture. I have a bachelor's of agriculture. And funny enough, I made it to work because it's just fine.
Why are you so proud?
No.
Just have to put it out there that you finished with well done, professor in agriculture.
All right.
Anyways, but that's just a good one. Proud of what you finished with and what you came up with. So, where have you worked in? Like you did agriculture, so we're expecting you, ideally you're supposed to be a farmer.
Yeah, basic.
Or you're supposed to be a livestock, whatever.
Yeah.
Farmer, it's still farming.
Farming.
So, but when you graduated and you wanted to start working, where did you start working? What position were you given?
Okay. All right. First and foremost, I was supposed to work in an agri firm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's called Livestock Feeds PLC. It's a daughter company to USA.
Okay.
They deal with livestock feeds, apparently from the name. I got the job there, but I got another job with the telecoms company. Apparently, the telecoms company paid more, and I just weighed my options. So I went for the telecoms company. So from there, I moved there before I did insurance.
Wow.
I worked with an insurance company. I was a relationship manager / sales manager. Basically sales. There was no relationship. The relationship was very easy to maintain. So from there, while I was still there, I was picking up MC's job. Yeah, I could anchor events. I've been doing that away from university anyway.
Okay, so you just like your side also.
Yeah, just like side also.
Okay.
And I manage an artist, yes, entertainment, music.
Music, so is he an upcoming artist or has he been on the scene, and what's the name of the artist?
Yes, it's been on the scene for a while, He was based in the UK,
Okay.
and it was an homecoming thing. He finished his master's and he came back for his NYC. He's dropped the tape before, then I hasn't joined the team. His name is Juice the Kid. So
sorry, Juice?
Juice the Kid.
Juice the Kid.
Yes.
Okay. So are you people working on anything?
Yeah, we're working on the album. We've finished work on the album. The artwork is out. We dropped it on the 1st of 30th, basically. 30th of April. It's out. If you check all my social media page on my wall, you
What's
find
the
it
social
there.
media handle?
Adopt Ridwan.
Okay.
DOPEREEDWAN. On my Twitter, on my Instagram.
Okay.
You'll find it there.
All right. So I wanted to, give our viewers a background of the kind of guy. So when I say he's a hustler, he's a Lagos hustling guy. You understand what I mean? So what has been your journey like working, and why did you do? Because I also do that. You're also a businessman. You're also into agriculture, and sometimes you delve into farming.
Yeah.
So why did you? Where did you start from? What was your story like?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would start by saying I come from a family of farmers.
Okay.
Basically, my grandfather was a farmer.
Okay.
He was a cocoa farmer from Ibadan. So, and my dad said something to me that his father, that's my grandfather, made children or was having kids, not because he wanted to send them to school.
So that they help him
so that he could help him.
So sorry, how many aunties and uncles do you have?
Yeah, they basically are uncountable. I do not even know majority of them because I've never stayed in it at all.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
you can meet your cousin and not know it's your cousin.
Yes, I have cousins that I've not seen before.
Okay.
I know them, I know their names, but I've not seen them
Okay, so
before.
like a hustling family.
Yeah,
So your
you
family
understand.
is a hustling kind
Yeah,
of family.
yeah.
Okay, so
So-
sorry for the diversion.
No, no, it's
You
fine.
can continue with.
So my father wasn't really a farmer, you know. What he did was he started to work with Nigeria Postal Service. That was his
Okay.
first job. But
Okay.
he saw that he would never become something in life. So he left his job after 1 year. Then he started to sell agri produce. So he was a middleman.
Okay.
So he was a middleman. Then he went to Europe, and he was in Netherlands. He was in apart from America, he was in Romania, Bucharest, Belgium. So he did agri productive. So growing up, I knew that's what my father does for a living.
Okay.
Then I started to grow the passion. Then I
Okay.
put in for agriculture.
So it wasn't like you were forced, you just had a passion for
That's
it.
what I wanted to do.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right. I know that I met you
Okay.
where I started working,
Yeah.
and I know I met you as a customer care representative.
Yeah.
So could you give us a little bit of insight on how many years did you spend there?
Yeah. So I took the telecoms job. Maybe because I would end up or eventually meeting you. Maybe that's why God made it like that. So I took up the job and
Okay.
I spent 1 year, 7 months there. I joined 2016 January, then I left July 2017. It was a fantastic experience. It was good, but it wasn't a good job for me because at the end of the day, I saw that I was never going to climb the ladder of success, no matter how long that I spent there, because you are not rewarded by your hard work there. You might just be rewarded because someone likes your face or you know someone. So you shouldn't be rewarded based on luck. It should be your hard work. I knew that it wasn't going to come through, so and it didn't align with my life goals. So I was like, okay, I left the job. I wasn't fired or I got another job. I just left the job. Then I reacquainted with my father, and I started to learn some things, learn the business development process and agriculture, what I should know, I learned that before I said, okay, I actually need finance to start up this business. Then I took the job with the insurance company because the insurance company wanted someone who had a customer service experience.
Okay.
I have that. So I just applied for the job. And
So how did you get your job as a sales? Was into sales in?
yes, it was insurance sales.
Okay, so how did you get the job? Was it that you applied or how?
Yeah, I applied through my LinkedIn. So
LinkedIn.
it does work.
Oh, you see? Okay,
It does
LinkedIn.
work. So what I did was, when I left my first job, I upgraded my LinkedIn. Then I even got another job, basically. It was just an interview. I knew I was going to kill the interview. It was,
You are so proud. First came.
all right, so LinkedIn does work. So what I did was, I got a job notification from all this e-commerce.
Okay.
All this e-commerce site,
Yeah.
and they were looking for a customer service person. So it was something I had done before, and I didn't want to delve into it again. I already knew the experience. I was scared of using that headset, and and all the insults that comes with it. It comes with a lot of insults and stuff. So I didn't listen to that. So I saw another opportunity from an insurance company that if you have experience in customer service, shoot. I was like, well, this is it. I want to do this. I want to work for a finance organization, even though it's non-bank. So I applied and I went for my interviews, about 2-3 of them. I started January 2018. That was last year, and I left end of October.
Why did you leave? Like, because it was something. It was like you got into the job. Looked like it was a more challenging job for you.
Yeah.
You had to be making decisions. So why did you leave?
Yeah, I left because it was not very easy, actually. It wasn't what I expected I was going to be. I thought they were going to give me a clientele base that I would just manage over time.
Okay, so you were the one sourcing for your clients.
I was actually recruiting.
Okay.
The company had very low risk appetite, you understand? When I say risk appetite means the amount of risk a company or an organization, an individual is willing to accept at a particular time. So I brought in businesses that the company couldn't do. I brought in majority of the business that I brought, they couldn't do it, and it was affecting my portfolio because I needed to meet set target goals. So I couldn't just be doing a particular, insurance is divided into life and non-life. So I was bringing non-life business. They wanted me to bring more of life businesses, but I couldn't, I didn't have that contact yet, you understand? And their price was very too flexible. So it wasn't competitive in the market. So there were a lot of people offering the same services at cheaper rates. So they just stuck to that. I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. So I just focused on doing my MC thing, my agri-business development, and my artist management stuff.
Okay. All right. The reason why I'm asking this question is, so are you saying that if you're, because in average Nigeria they say, don't leave the job, oh, there is no work there, which money will you get? So are you saying that sometimes you just jump the consequences, you don't mind if you might go hungry for a certain time just to achieve your goal? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, basically, I do effective planning, you understand?
What do you mean by effective planning?
So effective planning is an important tool that is used to save your stress. So
okay. Stress from work. I think we really need to go because a lot of people, they only have one job and you can tell that they are stressed. So please could you expatiate or give us a little bit of insight of what you mean by effective planning?
Yeah. For example, at my first job, I was earning money, but it wasn't enough because I needed to stay on my own and I have younger ones that I needed to reach out to and parents. You understand? So what I did was I picked up another side also. Yeah. Okay. So I saw this company that were recruiting tutors for British students from secondary and people who just wanted to learn something. Okay. So I said I could do this. I applied. I did an interview. So I was working as a temporary tutor for kids who have maybe deficiencies, maybe they have like dyscalculia, they don't understand mathematics at all, you understand? And I was doing for some primary school, so I was getting paid, I was doing that while I was doing my job. And I planned well, I was in a shift job, but there was a way I did it in such a way that I never got stressed. You wouldn't even know unless I wanted to tell you. I was always at my job promptly. The two things I was doing, I never missed it up. I did my thing, I delivered exceptional results.
Okay, so my effective planning, are you saying that you had strict rules, like principles that you followed and you had to stick to them to ensure that the two jobs you were doing at the time were not clashing and they were also not affecting your health?
They weren't clashing at all. They didn't even affect me because I had certain kind of food I was eating that wouldn't make me just sleep and forget that I had to be here, I rushed down here, you know? There was
so you had to put some measures around your life to be able to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Basically. So you talked about how you go for interviews, about 2 or 3 companies will call you, and I know that some people are watching and they'll be like, me, I've been sending CV since nobody called me. So have you had your fair share of disappointments?
Yeah, of course. But the first clue I would like to give is do not apply for a job that you're not qualified for. A majority of people outside just apply for jobs. They will say they need 5 years experience. I have 3 years experience right now. The total number of experience years that I've worked for a standard organization is 3 years. Okay. I can't see a 5 years experience and say I want to go ahead and apply.
Some people say, you don't know what God can do.
No, we should just leave God out of this. You understand? So, you pray to God to make everything come through for you. You have to walk and pray. You don't pray only. You understand? And you don't walk only. Okay. And those people walk only and they still get it done. Or I have not seen anyone who prays only and get it done. You need to walk. You understand? You need to apply for jobs that you're qualified for. They need engineering, sure. Let's say a structural engineer. You read PhD. Why would you apply for that kind of job?
You don't know what, like, you don't know what God can do.
I've never gone for that. I always applied for jobs that I knew I was qualified for.
That you were qualified for. You know that, okay, if I apply for this job, give or take 80% of the chance I'll be called in for an interview.
Of course, I applied for banks. Okay, let me put you through. Okay. And I'm going to call names this time around. On my first job, I was 24. I was like, okay, they were openings for graduate trainees. Of course, if you read fine art, in fact, read music, go for a graduate trainee in bank. They will call you. They just want people who have dexterity.
Okay, like they just want a fresh ground that they can grow.
They can grow.
Okay,
so I applied.
For
yes, I applied. I got to the final stage. I was young, tough. You understand? I don't know why because a lot of people that I met there, I saw some of them after. They were like, "What are you doing here? We met at another job interviews.
So
They're like,
you submit yourselves.
yes. Yeah. I said, what are you doing here? The guy asked me, what are you doing here too? I thought you were the one. I said, I thought you were the one. So we were
So
like,
if you people were not picked, who did they now pick?
so we don't even know. You understand? So it's so funny. I got a lot of regret interviews, regret mails rather, after my interviews. Even some places I've done medicals, It's quite heart-wrenching, but what would you do? You just got to move on. There was even this oil and gas. We did the test. I knew people were not going to pass that test. I wasn't even sure, but they sent me a mail that I passed. I was surprised. I knew, maybe that's where I would work. And so they told me they will contact me as soon as spaces become available. Since 2016, spaces have not become available. So,
Okay.
you just
had your own fair share. All right.
Down moment, lowest moment,
Okay, so because I don't want people will be like, you're going to call someone that have not experienced what we're going through, so you cannot just call someone and say I'm getting 3 interviews and expect us. So you can see that he has also experienced some of these things that normal average Nigerians go through, but the only difference is that he's not sitting down there to wallow in self-pity. He's going out there and reaching for more. And when he's dissatisfied with some of the work that he's doing, he's going to also reach out for more work, right? Yeah. So what pushed you to become an MC? Like, it's far from everything. Like, what pushed you?
All right. I actually got the artist management job because I told them when I went for the interview. It was a record label, and I saw it on the ground. They said they were looking for artist and repertoire manager, and that's A&R, and they were looking for artist manager. I just applied. I sent them my cover letter, and they called me. So when we spoke, they were like, okay, this is the right person for the job. We're not going to give you artist and repertoire.
So it wasn't like okay, because Nigerians just believe that you must know somebody that will know somebody. So it wasn't like that. It was just a random post on Instagram, and you just applied and it picked you to become.
I applied for the job to become the artist manager. I applied. I sent my mail. I still have a copy of the mail. I saw it on the app. They said we're hiring. I was like, really? I sent in my CV and I got the job because I had experience I had worked in a radio station, not like worked. I wouldn't say.
You worked in a radio station. You have gone everywhere.
When I was in uni, my 400 level, it was a fun year.
So it seems like you are this kind of person that is always on the move, always trying to impact. You're not just working for the pay.
No.
Because I think there's a saying that goes there are two kinds of people that work to just go by for just the money, and then people that want to make impact. So what category do you fall into? Yes,
like you rightly said, those two categories: people who want to work because they want to work and earn money, and people who want to work because they want to make an impact. So I am the latter. I'm working because I want to make an impact somewhere. It's all about the money, but at the end of the day, it's all about the money. You understand? So the MC thing, we had an event in school, but that was my part 4 before my final year. I did a 5-year course. So we called some guy that was in primary level to come and do the MC. So he was charging us 20,000. We didn't even have 20,000. We even think we were just going to give him some drinks and give him 2,000 to buy a charge card. So
if our wicked, you come and stand and talk, you want to give 2 drinks and
he wasn't a professional. It was just, we're in the same department. You know what my friend did? My friend was the social director, and I was the chairman head of social committee. Okay. The guy was like, yo, you are well spoken. You will be the one to do the MC. I was like, me? Really? I was like, okay. I went to borrow one shopping cart from one of my friends in town. I stay in Lagos. I went to school in Ilorin.
This guy is a hustler.
So I just took the mic. There was my friend, my very good friend. We bear the same name. He's a clown. He was like, okay, he was going to support me. We did the MC, and it was great. People started calling me, and I started to get jobs in school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And you started getting paid right from school?
Yes. My final year, I hosted a dinner for Business and Social Sciences, Faculty of Business and Social Sciences. They brought in ACT, they brought in Durella, I met those guys in my final year. I did it.
Oh, nice.
And that was where I met my first girlfriend. At the dinner.
You just had to push that one. Who asked you about your girlfriend? I'm talking about money, how to make money, how to hustle in Lagos. I pity you, go and buy 350,000 naira Brazilian with all your hustling that you're doing. Okay, so we'll take a short break. And then we'll be right back for the Zee'S random question. Okay. Alright, you're welcome back. See how we want to tell us about Lagos hustling guy, how to survive the Lagos, economy. Anyway, back to the question I want to ask you now is how what was your advice for someone that is just leaving school and or finish NYC and is like, I don't know what to do, or what can I do right now? I need to earn extra money for myself. How do I go about it? What do I do?
All right. So, what I would say, someone who's just finishing NYC or is about to leave NYC, the first thing is you got to have your CV. You understand? If you don't have any business idea, your father doesn't have any business organization that you're coming to spearhead or has connect for you, clean up your CV. Start sending your CV out even before you finish NYC. I got my first job interview before I finished NYC. I just came home to do the exams. Then I went back to my base. I served in the north, anyways. So
where did you serve?
I served in Sokoto State.
Oh, okay.
I stayed 1 year there. That's why I'm still black. So, so basically, clean up your CV. You might not come straight. All those job interviews might not come straight. Learn new things. You understand, and do not say no to anything. Intern for free. You understand? Make mistakes when you're 20 something. The moment you get to 30, I am not up to 30, I'm still making mistakes. Do not make mistakes again. That's when you start to learn proper skills. And
so that's when you start to really earn from what you learn. Because I think the mistake most people want to make, they want this quick cash, easy cash, I think that's where the mistake is, and we don't understand that there's also a period of learning and a period of growth. It's like a step at a time. So like you've heard him, like it's okay to make mistakes. You don't have to, drag the bends right now when you've not even learned the rudiments of life.
You understand.
Yes, that's what you're trying to.
Yeah, that's because early this year, I met someone at a particular event where they were going to hire me to become a risk and methods manager for a particular top shot company. I met the guy. The guy's 36, so we're talking, and he told me that I told him that I'd given up hope, that I didn't know that I would still be here, that I lost hope, that maybe I've not achieved much in life. He told me to shut my mouth up, that for me to be here, standing side by side with him, that he finished school. He finished his own university the year I finished my secondary school. The year I finished my secondary, that was when he finished university. Do you understand? He's way older than me, and he's telling me that we're on the same platform now, that I've done so much for myself, that I shouldn't just, that I've really tried. So people shouldn't just give up easily, you understand, and positive minded. Understand? There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and do the right thing. Work hard. Do not just say it's going to come. Some guy said he's not working. He didn't get any job. He didn't even finish school. We're telling the guy. So what do you want to do? What are you expecting? He said he's waiting for the universe to come and bless him. You need to give out. I've done a lot of free jobs. Throughout my uni, most of the jobs I did, they were free jobs. The last MC I did in school, they are still owing me my 6,000 naira balance. You understand? I've done a lot of free things. So there's a way everything comes back.
So that means you have to keep pushing yourself and you have to keep learning.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for your insights about, all your hustle in this Lagos. We will all make it.
Amen.
Anyways, we're going to the random question, Zee'S random question game, sorry. And we have 10 questions, and you are going to pick 5, or you have to pick numbers randomly, and then I would ask you the question. So shoot.
Sure, so we'll start with 5, It's my
5.
birth month, yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. There are plenty May people. Maybe that's why I'm attracted to you. Okay, number 5 says, how would you rate your memory?
Yeah, I have an eidetic memory, so it's 9 over 10.
Please, your English is... What did you call it?
I have an eidetic memory.
Eidetic
memory.
Okay.
Eidetic memory. So
what does it mean?
Yeah, I don't forget things that I see.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So you are more of a visual learner.
And even when she tell me something, I never forget.
Wow.
I don't forget anything. People tell me, why did you do medicine? I was like, when I see blood, I'll pass out. So which doctor will just go and pass out?
Okay. So you pick number 5. Your next question.
Number 3.
Number 3 says, what are you known for?
Number 3, what am I known for?
Yes.
I'm always, people know me for always speaking my mind.
So you're blunt?
Yes, I am very blunt. I just say
you're not sass?
No, I don't. But I caution myself,
Yeah, arrest you. Alright, what's your next? We picked number 5, number 3. What's your next question?
That's the number 10.
Number 10 says, if you didn't have your career now, what's your backup plan?
My backup plan is to, get some money from investors and just start a very massive agri stuff, which I'm still doing. So if there are investors out there who wants to invest in agri business, I'm good. You're a good guy. You understand? You can just come.
Okay. And next we've picked number 5, number 3, number 10. So what the next question?
That's the number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 says, sorry, it's wasted. Okay. Number 1 says, sorry.
That's fine.
What is the craziest interview you've ever had?
Yeah, the craziest, man. It must be last year, early last year, when I went for an interview and the place was all looking, I don't know, it wasn't looking like a standard office, and I saw over 40 persons there. It was like we came for a lecture. It was funny. I had my reservation, but my principle last year when I woke up first of last year, the 1st of January, I said I wasn't going to say no to anything.
Okay.
So I was part of me saying yes. So I went there. When we got there, they took attendance. It was funny. I was like, okay, do your thing. So we were there. Next thing, they asked for our competencies. I wrote mine, and there were 3 job roles. There was this customer satisfaction. There was customer satisfaction / sales. There was business development, and there was IT. Apparently, I'm not an IT person, and I said, okay, let me go for the sales since that's where I'm coming from. And they put in some criteria that will just set me apart. They said people who had first class or 2-1, and people who wants to meet targets, and I'm always liking to meet targets. So I said, okay, for that. Then the lady that was talking to us said she was the executive director. She was dressed like an Igbo woman who was going for a party.
Good dance.
I thought I was in a worry at some point, So it was so funny. And she was saying, you need to answer yes when I say something. So that if you don't say yes, you might get disqualified. I was like, what? Is this a job interview or,
Township meeting.
So, funny enough, when you go for interviews or aptitude tests, everybody will not pass. All of us passed to the next stage. I was scared, so I didn't say anything. I was like, okay. So they called me. I was number 30 something. They called me to the ED's office, the executive director, for my final interview. The guy was sweating. He didn't talk in. I was like, what happened to his suit? Doesn't he have belts? Everything was looking so shabby. The next thing, he asked me some questions like, he didn't even ask me what I can do. He just said, where do you work? How much are you earning now? I told him. He said, so you would like to earn so. The guy was even making up everything for me. I was like, yes. I said, maybe this is not the place. But I was still keeping my mind, It was very embarrassing. I was so shy. I was covering my eyes. Maybe someone who knows me would not see me.
Oh, wow. So you had such experience.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And then your last question, right?
Yes, let's do number 2.
Number 2. Number 2 says, you are a new addition to the Korean box. What color would you be and why?
Blue. Yeah, I'm even wearing the blue pants, Blue. So blue stands for love to me.
Blue is not love. Stop saying this thing.
Okay, red is love, right?
I don't know which is which, but just know blue is not love.
I was in blue house in my primary
Okay,
school.
enjoy your blue. Anyways, we had Ridwan on Zee'S TV. Thank you so much for coming on set, and thank you for sharing your insights and all your waka waka under this Lagos hot sun.
My pleasure.
Lagos is hot, but thank you so much. And if you've learned 1 or 2 things, please kindly share this post story, like, and also subscribe. Till I see you next week, do have an amazing week.